How could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Whoa, I wasn't ready for that.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
Are you sure?
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
She's really about this golden brain. Rebuttal showdown. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Tenko died after this. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage!
Okay.
They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage. And that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
Oh
But
boy.
the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
What are the
The blade's all you need.
marker stone, sickle, under the
If you
floor,
stick the blade through a gap in the cage,
iron cage?
it'd be long enough
This
to reach
floorboard?
Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
That's not it. I was too rushed. I need to listen. I don't know why I even did that.
The blade's all you need.
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
It would be.
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which
Okay.
case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit. And that's none other than Kyo.
Oh, so that's the only weak spot.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
What was the loose forward? The loose forward right below Tenko. It was not loose before the seance. There was dried blood on the bottom part of the forward.
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Maybe this? Nope. Oh my gosh, why? What bullet did you use just now? The I can't look at it. Because for some reason
blade's
I'm
all you
being
need.
very dumb right now.
If you
Sickle
stick
under the
blade through
floor.
a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I don't.
She wasn't
Huh.
that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo.
No. There has to be a hole in Mio's logic somewhere. All I have to do is show evidence. Oh. I also hate how Mio at first said Tenko died during the seance and is now saying it wasn't during the seance.
The blade's all you need.
Blade's all you
If you
need.
stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the... And that's none other than
Wait.
Kyo.
I need to look at the sickle. How long was the sickle? The sickle that was under the floor of the room the seance was held in. The weapon came from the ultimate lab. The blade was about 6 inches and the blood was still wet. You have 4 swords in one weak spot, so try cutting the words. Yeah, I just want to figure it out so I don't waste one. So if that's 8 or 6 inches and the thing was 3 inches, I think sitting in her neck, it wouldn't be
blade's
able
all
to
you
sit in her
need.
neck. So I'm gonna
If you stick
do
the blade
iron
through a
cage.
gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
No? I guess it's the last one.
Damn it!
It's so weird. Also, I'm... Oh,
The blade's all you need.
that makes sense
If you
now?
stick the
I'm
blade
dumb.
through a gap in the cage,
So it's the marker stone?
it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
What was the marker stone?
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I don't understand.
I'll cut through your words.
I don't understand. Oh, she wasn't
Wait
sitting!
Just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
Ooh, why do I come up with this stuff like after? Oh my god. I'm so dumb.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone.
Yes, that
And the
makes.
cage itself was about 3 feet tall.
I need to focus on the weak spots and just remember how the crime worked. It's late and you're a bit sick. Yeah, but this is probably how I'd normally play, to be honest.
The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Yeah.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
You better be embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
I actually agree with that statement.
Yeah, no
Well,
worries.
I wasn't expecting Gonta to agree.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
Oh boy.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
guess.
for a living person.
Oh my gosh, are we going back to this?
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Oh boy.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
I mean, we did see Monokuma's spirit in that room, so...
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Maybe Tenko killed Angie, I don't know.
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Okay, you literally said what I just thought.
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain,
We've,
can
like,
you?
gotten nowhere.
Only a spirit could have done that!
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
What?
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No, if there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
What? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
No, I'm very confused. The they she's referring to. Himiko? I have no idea. Would it... Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? Tenko herself? Maybe? Okay, in this case, you need this hint. Don't overthink this. Who is... Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I actually needed that hint.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say?
So Tenko killed herself?
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit? She committed suicide.
Really? And here I was thinking it was actually the other way around, but you know... I know so many other people tripped up over that. Oh, trust me, if you want to see me going on about the whole, like, deciding part, you should see when I was going, when, in the first trial, when I was supposed to decide on Kaede, I was literally picking every single person, like, I don't know who it is. But yeah, after, like, looking at it, I kind of thought that it was Tenko. I didn't think that she, I didn't think that she committed suicide.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
I
She
guess.
volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right?
Yeah. I think everyone got confused with Trial 1. Yeah, Trial 1 is a mess.
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
No.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Oh my gosh.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
Okay.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
True.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity.
And she just killed herself.
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore. So she decided to end her own life.
What?
I don't think that's it, though.
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Oh.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial,
Okay, no.
so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
No, I don't believe it.
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her,
What?
but still.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your chin up and live long facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
It's possible.
Why?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Yeah, I guess.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other?
I guess not.
People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer.
Okay, but Maki's actually a good person, unlike you. I'm sorry.
Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking.
Where is this going?
That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
Wait, Kaito, you've been going on about, like, believing a whole bunch. What is happening? Are you a new Kaede or something?
If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
Oh.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
That made no sense, but okay.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Oh, boy.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
So she didn't commit suicide?
If
I'm
Tenko
I'm
did
having
commit
trouble
suicide,
keeping up
that would
here.
answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
That would help. A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Okay. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Yeah. Tenko seems way too sincere. Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Oh boy. Non-stop debate, start.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Ah,
Her plan was to take us down with her,
take us down.
so she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
It would help.
She could have secretly brought the sickle
Brought the sickle.
and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
With the last of her strength, what? Why is that one? The victim, okay, and we don't need that. The second victim, the victim's body was discovered in a vacant room on the 4th floor. The estimated time of death is 11 a.m. The victim was stabbed in the back of her neck, resulting in death. No other injuries were detected. Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of here, to get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work. Yeah, can you say all 4 truth bullets like out loud?
So far, suicide seems to be the
Monokuma File 3,
best explanation.
The Caged Child, Tenko's Last Moments. Tenko died in a crouch position. The injury on the back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill. Oh,
Her plan
hole in the corner.
was to take us down with her. So
This
she hid her
interests
true
me.
intentions.
Tenko's Last Moments.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if
I
Tenko
might use
did
this.
commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor.
This would kind of agree with the last of her strengths, though, because it didn't kill her immediately. Or it says probably not enough to kill her immediately.
All the pieces fit.
I'm gonna try it.
So far, suicide seems to be the
I'm probably not reading something, and it's not helping a lot. In order to perform the Caged Child, you need 5 people, including the spirit medium. Oh boy. First, draw a magic circle. Then the medium must place their forehead on a stone and curl up like a turtle. You must do. Wait. She was doing that, right? They must do this at the center of the circle. Place the iron cage over their spirit medium. Then cover the cage with like cloth. Finally, the dog on top of the cage. Take care. Okay. 40 participants, not including the spirit medium. Maybe this.
best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
I don't understand. Take us down.
So she
Why is
hid
that
her
one?
true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
I'm gonna try this. See what happens.
She could have secretly sickle.
That's not it. Dang it. She could have hidden the circle under. That is true. I forgot about that. Dang it.
Damn it!
So far,
I was thinking like, if you need a hint, pay attention to what Shuichi said to himself. Also, why would a book rate the Tenko suicide? I was thinking like, oh, she was crouched over, and like she wouldn't be able to grab. For some reason, my mind keeps on thinking that like the sickle was under the floorboard the whole entire time, but I completely forgot that the sickle is small enough to hold it on your person. Yeah, my brain
Suicide
is being
seems to be
very
the best
bad
explanation.
right now.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
One corner. I don't think this is needed.
Tenko's not that kind of person.
Maybe.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain.
I'm gonna.
Finally, with the last of her strength.
She threw the sickle on the floor.
Ah!
All the pieces.
Oh boy. I rushed through that. I'm gonna make him think their suicide theory wouldn't work. Oh wait, do I have to lie?
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Cause he's like, oh, I have to make it think that it wouldn't work. Blah 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 blah. Or is it like, I don't know. The injury on the back of her neck was deep. Probably not enough. I'm gonna try lying.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
I think I passed what I needed to shoot.
Could have secretly brought this.
Actually, wait, no.
Finally, with the last
Of her strength.
Let's see it. Oh my gosh, wait.
I'll reveal the truth.
It worked. It's weird. I have to think the opposite with
Tenko couldn't
lying.
have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
No, she didn't, but okay, let's go with this.
Instantly.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Oh no.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
Oh no. Maki knows that we're lying. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Thank you again, Master Fi, by the way.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Oh, she's going with it, okay.
Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Okay. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
I think the times where I have to lie is like kind of like the hardest parts. Because it's like, when do you lie?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Okay.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
There was a noise.
If you know something, please speak up.
There was
It
a
could be-
noise. Oh, hold on, real quick. Oh boy, Mike, please don't be weird. Okay, not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try and remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that would help solve this mystery. There was a noise. Oh, this is my jam.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
The sound during
There
the
is
seance.
something that bothers me.
You know, real quick. I'm tired and I'm a little bit sick, and I know I'm usually wrong. But, I think the sound that happened during the seance I think it's a little bit peculiar. Not gonna lie. It's a little bit strange. Just a tiny bit. Well, maybe not that much. Maybe I don't need. I'm using this. Come on.
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
Okay.
Strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song,
Yes, please go
I
on.
heard something fall.
Something. That's it.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles.
That was my job too.
Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
Okay. It's okay. I don't need to read that.
Did anything
I
seem
know
out
what
of
to
the
do
ordinary?
here.
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
Not that one.
While we were all singing the song, I heard something.
Are you kidding me?
I'm more concerned
No.
about how dark it got in there.
Why can't I shoot?
Moving along the walls was seriously tough. Did
I
anything seem
can't.
out of the
I
ordinary during the
can't.
seance? There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it,
Okay, let's
while we
try
were
this
all
again.
singing the song, I heard something.
There we go. V, consent. Consent, kids.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
I heard it too. We all heard the sound. Sounded a lot more dramatic than it originally did. Okay.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Not the
Am
ceiling.
I wrong? I thought something fell.
It was the floor.
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound was from something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. Wait, what was the other thing that happened? The other thing that happened in the dark? On the cross piece, that's what. This? What caused the sound that was. Oh, yeah. Right? No? It's something else then. I think I know what it is, but you know, I'm just so stupid. This. Right?
This is it!
There we go. It's always,
I think the
always.
floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound.
I always have a 50-50 chance, and then I don't read what the other thing is, and then I always just get it wrong. Always. Man.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
Could the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
Yeah.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to been a strong impact to make that sound. But what is it? What could it possibly be?
All right, then. Let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
What? So many non-stop debates in this one. I feel like there wasn't as many in the last one. Okay.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
During the seance, magic circle.
Judging from the sound, there
Cross
must have been
piece.
considerable force.
It's probably
Someone who
this.
participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
Then stood up.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Stomp
A
through the
floorboard that
floorboard.
comes loose when you step.
Crosspiece. One of the cross pieces that supported the loose floorboard in the room the seance was held in. Only a portion of that supports the floorboards was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally. It looks like someone had to just cut it. Okay.
On it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Oh boy.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Okay. And we're done here. What made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? I think everyone says something.
So
I think
what
it's
made
this.
the floorboard come loose?
The cross
Judging
piece.
from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floor.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
That wouldn't make such loud.
Boy.
Who stood up with such might?
I think
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard. A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. Ah, it's like I'm right here to stay on the ball. You might have any experience with balls to see that, Mew.
The best of friends.
Why is that a thing? Why
So what
can
made
you
the
agree
floorboard
with that?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
No. Oh. Removing a floorboard in total darkness seems somewhat impossible, does it not? I think it would have been difficult to remove that heavy floorboard during the seance.
I was wrong.
Oh boy.
So
So it's not
what made the floorboard come?
small amount of blood that was on the ground under the floor of the room the seance was held in. It was quite far from when. Wait. And Kokichi had blood. He had stepped through one of the floorboard. I'm thinking, but I'm pretty sure I'm overthinking things. But maybe the stomping is correct. From outside a part of the crosspiece cut off, the portion that supported the floorboard.
I'm loose.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
Sounding
Maybe
seance
that
magic
person
circle.
tore off the
No.
floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Yeah, and also
Maybe
tore
the
off
wooden
now
statue
makes
fell.
sense.
But that
Statue was still on top of the cage. Cobra tied under floor. Who stood up with such might?
Someone
I'll
must
try
have
this.
stomped.
No. Okay. Step through floor. Is that even possible? I'm going to investigate forward, fit perfectly on
I was
crosspiece.
wrong.
What is it?
So what made the floorboard come loose?
I don't know. I hate asking for hints so much, but man. We got crosspiece, dried blood, sound during seance, and then magic circle. A magic circle that was drawn with salt. It was drawn on the floor of the room where the seance was held. After Tenko's body was found, the magic circle was trampled on. That made it impossible to check the original shape. It's definitely not that. Small blood that was on the ground under the floor of the room the seance was held in. It was quite far from where Tenko's body was dripping. One of the crosspieces that supports the loose floorboard in the room of the seance. Only the portion that supports the floor. If you can't come up with the hint, then maybe. Only because I'm super tired right now. And I honestly don't want to lose all of my life. We haven't even been halfway through this trial yet. Or like at least the part where it's like, oh, Monokuma Theater or whatever.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable
And I
force.
know as soon
Someone who
as it
participated
happens,
in
I'm
the
gonna
seance.
be like, oh yeah, that's
Maybe
it. I'm
that
so
person
dumb.
tore off the floorboard.
Tore off the floorboard.
that wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
And it
Maybe
wouldn't.
the wooden statue fell over.
It didn't fall over. It was still on
But
top
that
of the thing.
statue was still on top of the cage.
Yes.
Culprit hide under floor. then stood up with such might.
I don't think
We
standing
already
up.
said there was no one under the floor.
There was
Someone must
somebody on
have
the floor.
stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
Wait, maybe
You hardly have any
Crosby's.
experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Maybe Crosby's. What was this again? One of the crosspiece that supports the loose floorboard in the room the seance was held in. Only the portion that supports the floorboard was cut off. It wasn't broken naturally. It looks like someone had.
You balls
Maybe
are the best of friends.
I'll try this, and then
What made the floorboard
if it's not it, you'll just have to tell me what it is.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore the floorboard. That doesn't make such a loud crashing sound. Maybe the wooden statue fell over. But that statue was still on top of the
I'm gonna try
Tied
this.
underfloor. Then stood up with such might. But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped.
There we go.
I agree.
Like a sport, maybe.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody stomped on it. It sounded just like something crashing. Like,
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation,
so much like, oh, I might need a hint, everybody. And then if I just think like, oh well, I get it. Well, I think the only double murder. Well, this is a different case. This double murder is so much different from the other games. I feel like in the other games, I like got it very well. Especially the first game. The first game I knew like everything. Yeah. This is a weird case.
one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Okay.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
I don't know.
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the crosspiece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crosspiece and floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard. Also, I think it's also very confusing because there's so much information about this case. And the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part of the cage, the unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the crosspieces was cut. The other two were intact. One of them was right under Tenko. The other was in the center, right where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Think, come on, think. Oh boy, Hangman's Gambit. Short question. What happened when the loose floorboard was stepped on? Oh. I guess let's just start with something. Oh boy, that was correct. Oh. What is this word? Doesn't help that I suck at spelling stuff too. Maybe just another E? Okay. Why is this actually working? Is that an F? Maybe. No, I didn't think so. What happened when the loose floorboard was stepped on? C. C. No. Another S, maybe? Maybe W? Nope. I'm losing so much health. I'm gonna try S. C is. What? Ooh. I don't know what this word could be. Maybe. No. No. I'm going to end up losing all of my health because of this. What? And I can't pause the game. Oh boy. I may need a hint again. I don't know what this word is. Did I pick E already? Let me read this for hint. If one side of the floorboard has barely any support, but the other side does, what would happen if you stomp on the weaker side? Oh! Oh, okay. I thought I already picked A. I think that's what really, like, stumped me. Would the next one be A? Yeah. Now, the question is, E or A? Seesaw effect or seesaw effect? Because I think I got the second word. Yeah, I think what really tripped me up is I thought I already picked A there and it said incorrect, so. I understand now. Okay. ECT. E. That's, I picked C, excuse you.
I see now.
You are rude. I picked C, not T.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
That was so weird. Like, that was such a weird thing.
A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
Okay.
The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
So I understand the point of the sickle.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
How? Shuichi, you know, since I'm playing as you, you should really, like, help me.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick,
Like, let's talk about it
the
first.
placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Was it inside the cage the whole time? The floorboard, seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. The conclusion I can draw from this: there's only one place the sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. On top of the cage, right?
That's it!
Yeah. And I think
sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
the like mat or
The
tarp
reason
or
we didn't
whatever.
see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
Yeah.
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
And who's the one that put the cloth on? It was Kyo, right?
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
Sadly.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouch position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
Yeah.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
The good old what?
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
Well, okay.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know?
Yeah, sure.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
I do commend them for that.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
What?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the Seesaw homicide.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
Is she?
The only one? Why's that?
I'm with Samugi on this.
Because this Seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
Well, I guess so.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Yeah, we already read this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit,
Oh my
Himiko,
gosh.
prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
Is Himiko actually
Then,
what's the name?
she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
Serial killer?
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
She's not
In
speaking.
the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wow.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Maybe it was on an accident. Oh my gosh.
Himiko?
What's wrong, Himiko?
It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel? And that's the halfway point. We are only at the intermission. I thought this was going to be a 5-hour stream. Do you want to save? Yes. But this might end up being like a 6-hour stream, which would definitely be my longest stream ever. Okay. Here's the question. I don't know how much of the class trial is left. Would we want to save this for another day? Or, if there isn't much left, because I feel like we covered so much stuff. If there isn't much left, should we save the rest of this class trial for next weekend? Because I've done a lot in this stream so far. You're hooked, so does that mean you want to continue? Me currently, I would more so. I vote to continue, but let me check. I wouldn't want to like definite answer on like how much is left of this. I would just like want to know like if there's still a lot left or not. Just very vague answers. Me personally, I do feel like that I should give it a break. But if we are nearing the end of the class trial, this is only the intermission. But if we are nearing the end, I would like to save it for another time. But I guess it really only depends on how long is left. Because we have been streaming for 4 hours and 30 minutes. The investigation took a lot longer than I thought it would. Like, that whole part took like 2 hours, and we're, I think, like, possibly 2 hours in the class trial now. The second half, the person took roughly an hour. If it's roughly an hour, then I guess I'll do it. But, yeah. If this means that I don't stream next weekend, then I've done a lot in this stream. Plus, I need to get this stuff out. YouTube stuff. I guess I'll continue.
Well now.
But I do think that means that right after the execution, will be done. Like, right after they get out of the trial grounds. I really hope there's not much, like, there's not a lot after that, though. Looks like we reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz. Guess the victim, not the culprit? What? The only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn up. After the execution is when you should stop. Yeah. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden?
It's okay.
I am sure everyone is happy. How do you know? They could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here. Me. Oh my gosh. Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I gotta put up with all this nonsense all the time.
Absolutely right.
That's right. That's the right answer, Dan. Why, he hasn't said anything.
Hey,
Exactly, because there are no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because then everyone mourns you, and you get tons of post-humorous popularity.
Daddy!
You don't need to reveal these kinds of behind-the-scenes details. My voice is, like, going away. I'm so sorry. Dying makes you more popular. Then we gotta die soon, too. Oh, boy.